Hello, this is Brian with Stay Alive Survival. Today, folks, we are talking about rapid radios. Rapid radios have an unlimited distance, unlike your normal walkie-talkies. These can be good for survival situations, hunting situations, family outings, family gatherings, or even travel for that matter. They're good to have in any situation. They're unlimited distance. You can talk clear across America and they'll work with no problem at all. They're kind of like the old Nextel telephones where you push to talk and communicate. However, one thing nice about these radios is they are encrypted. Yes, that's right. For you survivalists, they are encrypted, and that's also good for your normal folks out there as well, because that means people can't tap in and listen to your conversation that your family and you are having on these radios. These radios, you can buy as many as you want and link them together. So that also means they're not only good for personal individual use, they are good for company use as well. I wouldn't be surprised if some police departments, some fire departments, some EMS are going to these radios because they're a lot cheaper, a lot more reliable to use than your normal radios. These radios, like I said, are amazing. They're crystal clear quality and they go unlimited distance and nothing seems to block them. So for you hunters out there that are in mountainous areas and areas that are cliffy, these radios should work. They use cell phone towers that they communicate with. These are a little bit different, or a lot different, than your normal traditional cell phone, because if the towers go down, these still work. Don't ask me how the company did it, but they did the unbelievable. Yes, that's right. When the cell towers go down like they did a month or two ago, these radios still work, folks. That's right, they work crystal clear. So as your cell phone might not work in a canyon or along a cliff bank or something like that, or along a mountain, you're gonna get more hope out of these radios than you are with your traditional cell phone or traditional walkie-talkie. So like I said, these radios are excellent for hunters, they're excellent for military, they're excellent for anybody to use that wants to communicate. These would be a key feature to have in your survival pack as a survivalist. I would have about 3 or 4 of these in your survival pack ready to go so your family members can have them in an emergency scenario. And I'd have an extra one to give to a neighbor or somebody or a friend, somebody close to you that would be hanging out with you in a survival situation. These radios are a little bit more expensive and pricey than your normal two-way radios that you'd buy at Walmart or anything like that. They range in price. You can catch sales here and there. Right now they're going for 2 of them for $399, but remember folks, you don't have to pay any monthly subscription fee to use these at all. Check them out at www.rapidradios.com, and you can choose from a couple different ones. You can choose from a base station like you'd mount in your car or at home, or you can purchase separate radios, like one at a time. You can purchase a set of them. They have many accessories and they're keeping up on their accessories. They keep coming out with more. I interviewed one of the big guys at Rapid Radio, very nice guy. Well, the main questions that people have a lot for him is there a license involved, like ham radio? No, there's no license for these radios at all, folks. You don't have to take any tests. Take them out of the box and they work. I also asked him about the company and how it's doing right now, and if the radios are taking off like rapid fire, and yes, they are, folks. He went from 2 employees at the beginning of the year to 30 employees. So these radios are the hot thing to have right now. You may want to get your hands on them before they run out of stock, although they are keeping up with production, he says, and keeping up with shipments. They take about a week from the time you order them to be at your door and ready to use right out of the box. You can't beat these, folks. So I've been using these for about 3 months now. I've been using them from Wisconsin to Illinois. I've been using them from Wisconsin to Arkansas. I've talked to friends in Las Vegas from Illinois. I've talked to from California to Florida. They work flawlessly. Like I said before, these things are a lot different than your traditional two-way radios. I'm now going to show you guys the radio up close. It has a stationary antenna, a power button on top, a green light that flashes when the radio is on. You have your communication button on the side, highlighted in orange. You have your volume up and down. On the other side of the radio, you have your headphone jack, a microphone jack, and a charging port. You also have a charging port on the bottom as well. And then on the back of the radio is a battery that is attached to the radio that you can buy separate batteries. It also has an available radio crate as an extra accessory that you can set the radio in and charge. Your screen shows that you have 4G signal, your signal strength, your volume level, and your battery level. It also shows that when you are not talking, the radio is in idle. And when you talk, it says this device is in speaking mode. Then it goes back to idle. And then it also has your date at the bottom and your time as well. These radios have a specific name and code that they use, that the company programs them to. And that code and name is specified where it's blanked out here on the screen at the top. The battery life on these radios is outstanding. I left them on for about 6 days to 7 days to 8 days actually, and used them daily before they ran out of battery life. So the battery life is outstanding on these things. So make sure if you need another battery, for instance, if you're going on a hunting or camping trip, or even a backpacking or climbing expedition, they do also sell extra batteries. These batteries are detachable from the back, so you can order more batteries if you have to. They have a full line of accessories on rapidradios.com. You can go to check those out, and as I said, I interviewed one of the head honchos there, and he says they're continuing to come out with accessories. They do also make a silicone housing that goes around these to protect them if they fall. They seem to be sturdy, built very well. I've dropped these several times along with my friends. They have no scratches on them. They still work when you pick them up. They don't crack. They seem to be really durable. A very good product, folks. So the best thing to do is, if you think you want 3 radios or 4 radios, it's best to buy them all at once. That way they can program them. However, you can purchase them separately later on, no problem at all. You just got to tell them the code that your radio uses on your box, and they can program them to that channel so that that radio will work with your existing radios. Also, with these radios, you can hook an external mic up, you can hook an earpiece up to it. That's not a problem at all. So today we're going to be talking to a couple of friends of mine that have the radios as well. And one of them is probably about, I'd say 25, 30 miles away, this way, way across the river. Again, it doesn't matter if we're down in the valley by the river or across the river up on the bluff. These radios are still going to transmit excellent with no problem at all. Now, if you went with your traditional two-way radio, which would be these here, traditionally Motorola makes them, a couple different companies, Sanyo, Sony, traditional ones you buy at your Walmart or off of Amazon that cost $60 or $70, some of them cost $29.99. These radios, folks, they're only going to go about 1.5 miles, if that, or less, depending on what is in the way of the antenna. These mostly are line of sight radios, where these are not line of sight radios. These are unlimited distance. These are not unlimited distance. So we are going to be testing both of these out to show you where these lose signal, these remain crystal clear. So we're going to get right down to testing these now, so stay tuned and we'll get right into testing them. Hey Mike, how are you doing over there tonight?
Doing fine. Mosquitoes are coming out.
It's that time of evening, isn't it? The mosquitoes and all the bugs come out. We live in that area of the world where the mosquitoes and all the flying insects seem to pester you at this time.
Yeah, doing good though. It's cooled down.
Are away from my location right now.
If I took a guess, I'm going to say it's at least 30 minutes away, so it's probably more like 30.
So you live across the river from me, and there's a bunch of hills and up and downs where you're at, and you're kind of in the woods right now. How are these communicating to you? Can you hear me crystal clear without any breakups or static?
Yeah, as you can still be able to hear on the recording, it's crystal clear, like you're standing right here.
So tell me, Mike, about your trip to Arkansas and me and you using these while you were in Arkansas and how they operated and how far you were away from me when we were talking on these radios.
Well, I was about 7 hours away from here to northern Arkansas. It sounded just the same as now, crystal clear, no problems.
And what can you tell people out there about these radios that they would be good for?
Best thing would be if you have no experience with comms, you don't have to do anything. You just turn it on and start talking.
And folks, that's what's good about these radios. You turn them on and they work. So Mike, what do you say about about 2 months ago or so, the cell towers went down, and me and you used these radios during that time. What do you have to say about that period of time when those towers went down and these radios still work with no problem?
Well, like I said, it was the same as always. You just turn it on and talk. Didn't have any problems at all. So they're good for an emergency.
So this is Malachi, a good friend of mine who you guys need to watch out for being in the NFL in the near future. We're going to use Malachi and chime him in on the radio on a three-way conversation now. So Malachi, I'm going to go ahead and take the car and drive up the road.
Okay.
And you're going to talk on the radio to me, and we're going to talk back and forth with Mike a little bit. So we'll go ahead and do it. So
Okay.
Stay tuned, folks.
Let's do it.
So right now, folks, I'm driving away from Malachi's location. We are going down below the bluff into the valley. Malachi, do you copy on the two-way radio? Malachi, do you copy on the two-way radio, the Baofeng? Malachi, do you copy? Over?
Yes, sir, I'll copy.
Folks, these radios, the two-way radios you buy at Walmart and Amazon, are starting to get staticky already, and I'm only probably 2 blocks down the road. Malachi, can you still read me? Malachi, can you still read me? Okay, we've lost signal and we're about 4 blocks away using the Baofeng regular walkie-talkies you'd buy at Walmart or on Amazon. Now I'm going to go to the Rapid Radio. Mike, do you copy?
Yeah, I copy.
Malachi, do you copy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, folks, I'm at the bottom of the bluff here in the valley down by the river. So your normal Baofeng radio that you buy at Walmart did not make it even 2 blocks away. We're now about a mile to a mile and a half down into the valley.
Heading down the hill?
As you can see, the radios are working. Mike, do you copy?
Yep, I hear you loud and clear.
Mike is across the river. I'm down in the valley. He's up on the hill on the other side of the river about 30 miles away, and no problem communicating. So Mike, I'm down in the valley by the river, and I'm still communicating with you, and you're up on top of the hill on the other side of the river about 30 miles away, correct?
Correct, about 30 miles away.
These radios are having no problem communicating here with him at all. Malachi, do you copy?
Yes, sir, I copy.
And Malachi, first, you copy me okay? And then Mike, after he copies it, he hears me okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you just fine. Roger that, I hear you fine, crystal clear.
This one has a longer range than this one does.
Can you read me on the Rapid Radio? Go ahead.
Yes, sir, I read you. Definitely recommend these. Go buy these, and you shouldn't have any trouble. So, yeah, put them to good use.
Make sure to check out Rapid Radios at www.rapidradios.com. Once again, this is Brian with Stay Alive Survival. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of our upcoming videos.